Hey guys, how is it going? So this is my last few days with this 2005 fairly pathetic Freelander. So I was going to say Defender then, but I said Freelander. So this is a fairly pathetic excuse of a Freelander, but today I'm going to do a video telling you 5 things I love about this car and 5 things I really don't like about this disgusting Freelander. So let's get on it. Okay guys, so I want to mention one thing. This Freelander has been an awesome vehicle to drive for this pretty much 2 weeks that I've owned it. It is, you know, disastrously embarrassing to turn up in. It doesn't really work. It runs like a bag of shit. It's not really a very good example of a Freelander, but it has totally been an amazing experience. Just driving something that's so cheap and so ridiculous to drive around in, the noise, the ride, the stuff doesn't work on it, just the looks of it, it's just the funniest thing I have ever owned, and I've really enjoyed these past 2 weeks with this vehicle. This video today is specifically about the Freelander generally, not really specifically to the one that I own and what's been done to it, but specifically the Freelander. So start off with number 1. What do I enjoy, number 1, about this Land Rover? It's super comfortable. Super comfortable. I can't even tell you how comfortable it is. I mean, in the corners, if you drive it at some kind of reasonable pace, it isn't so comfortable because you are feeling like you're sat in a bowl of soup. Very wobbly, very disjointed as well, to be fair, but comfortable wise, you can sit in that seat and you can do an hour in that car, 2 hours in that car, and it doesn't seem like you've been sat there at all. It is awesome. So the comfortability of it is really good. Again, it depends how tall you are, how you sit. There isn't much adjustment on the seat like I mentioned in the previous video that I'll drop below, but that is a super comfortable vehicle to commute around in. So the second thing, I didn't mean to swear at you, the second thing I love about this car it is the ride height. The ride height is superb. It's just enough for commuting around wherever you might want to go, whether you're going around town, whether you're going through the countryside. It's perfect. I found this to be great living around Bristol with speed bumps everywhere. In my normal car, it is a disaster. It takes me ages to get anywhere and it is rather annoying. But this is the perfect height where you're not too high up, feeling like you're sat on top of a jelly, but it's still comfortable enough to get you round over speed bumps, curbs, anything that might throw in your way. It is a shame I couldn't test the off-road capability, but it's definitely enough to do a bit of basic off-roading through fields and down dirt lanes. You're gonna get bored of me already doing this. But the third thing, it's very versatile. So we've got 5 doors, we've got a decent opening boot with decent boot space, we've got ample sitting positions for all of the passengers and the driver, which I'll show you in just a minute. Got decent ground clearance in a small package that's fairly semi-decent on most environments you'd use it in, snow, gravel. Again, I can't really comment on the off-road capabilities like I've said, but it's a very capable vehicle for what it is. So you struggled to find a package like this. It's really good on fuel. This is with the front wheel drive conversion. With the 4-wheel drive prop shaft, then I wouldn't imagine it's as good, but it's still been very good on fuel. I also seen they're very good cheap on tax, very cheap on insurance. So for an all-rounder, it is really good. So the arch comes with the door, which is good for super access to your arch if you want to clean it out. Just thought I'd put the comment in there. So doors don't open too wide, so if you had a child seat, isn't the most ideal setup, but perfect for sitting any kind of average height human being like myself in that. I don't do it very graciously, I'll tell you that, but ample leg room, good bit of roof height, there's a nice divot in the roof here, plenty of height, and a lot of space, so perfect. In the front, plenty of bleeping. So this door does open wider, you've got quite a bit more space to move in here, which you deserve because you are going to be the driver. So in this specific application, again, I've got ample headroom, plenty of space around me, nice spacious cabin, even with this pathetic excuse of a tray down, still plenty of room. ample adjustment back and forth. Head height is really sound, and do you know what? It's a comfortable place to be. Quite a nice high seated view. So it doesn't apply to all models, but it is again in the Freelander's specification. These heated seats are beautiful. Single switch, single temperature, but they are perfect. Some heated seats are overkill, you continuously turn them all off, and some are very weak, but they're really, really decent. And again, after this amount of time and the age of the vehicle, these still work. I'm touching wood in case they stop working, which they probably will now, I've said that, but they still work and they are awesome. So if you do have the option to go for a high spec version with the heated seats, I would definitely recommend it. The fifth and final thing I love about the Freelander, just bear with me. It has the back window that goes down. Oh, that's absolutely awesome. Doesn't really have a lot of use because, as an example, if you parked against the wall and you can't open this, you've still got to go into the passenger side or driver's side and put the window down. It's not really that practical. You've still got to put stuff and do things to get to the boot access, but just cool, useful. And in the summer, that would create a decent amount of breeze to keep you cool if your AC doesn't work like this one does. So that is my 5 things I love about the Freelander. The first thing I hate and dislike about the Freelander: the seat literally goes forwards and backwards. The back of the seat articulates backwards and forwards, and you have a lumbar adjustment support. But the one thing I hate the most, you can't adjust the height. So for me, it isn't a problem because look, I'm sat up, head's nowhere near the top. But it's just like, I feel like I'm sat on the car, not in the car, and that's not a feeling that you want. The thing I hate is the stock radio. It is pathetic. But what would you expect for a radio of this age? So let's see it in action. Here we go. So it comes on, but then you can't touch any of the controls. You can't turn the volume down. You can't adjust the channels because the radio is so slow. Still waiting. Shoes. Yep, still loading. There we go. Just to continue on with this pathetic radio, it's just rubbish. Every time you want to change your radio station, which, I mean, who listens to the radio? Got it right this time. But every time I do it, I always go to this knob and twist it, which adjusts the radio. So every time I go, oh, I'm just going to turn the music down. Yeah. Fuck's sake. On to classic radio, which is the deadest radio for people that find paint drying interesting. So it's the most pathetic excuse for a radio I've ever seen. I do like the green, but it's just rubbish. Like, total rubbish. But what do you expect for a radio from a vehicle that is well over 15 years old? So the next thing I find annoying is, you know, when your partner, the farming lass, wants to do a makeup or a hair, beautiful. Now when I want to do my makeup, I have this issue. Yeah, so you don't even deserve a mirror. You have to take one on. What a pathetic. I mean, obviously it's a sun visor, but yeah, I can't even do my makeup with this one. Ideal. Fourth thing, I am stabbing up the interior of this car right now. I am ripping it a new one. The fourth bit is these cup holders. I mean, not just these cup holders, but all the cup holders. So you've got adjusters, which I think is quite smart for different size cups. But whatever you put in here, pretty much 9 out of 10 of the time will just fall out all over the dash, which is useless. And then we come down to the door bins. This door bin's too small to fit a drink into it, and this one, your drink just rolls around like a bowl of soup, so you either lose all of your drink or you're then trying to fumble around in the door card trying to find and grab out your bottle. Although this, I think, is also a cup holder, which is smart, because you can stick this in there like that. But then you can't actually get your bottle out when the door's closed, so it's still pathetic for cups. Oh yeah, and you've got this one, I forgot to remember. Oh, here we go. Ow, that's my leg. Yeah, that's good. I mean, good if it's sat there, but not really ideal if you drive anywhere, because that is just going to fall off. So cup holders are of many in this vehicle, but they're all rather pathetic unless you've got a perfect size bottle for whatever one you choose to use. So the fifth and final thing I hate about the Freelander is actually not really the Freelander itself, but it's the ethos and the mindset that people have about the Freelander. First of all, it's an embarrassment to drive because you just look like a moron who can't afford a decent off-roader or a decent Land Rover or Range Rover, but then settled for this, which is about as good off-road as a Ford Focus, maybe a little bit better. But it is, in fact, indeed, the name around the Freelander: unreliable, tosh, cheap, and crap. A poor excuse of a Land Rover. So, for that reason, the fifth annoying reason about this vehicle is that everyone just laughs at you because you look like a total moron. But if you don't give a shit, it's perfect for you. There you have it. 2 weeks with this awesome little Freelander. Time for it to get back and get back to getting the videos off the Lupo in good time. So thank you very much for watching this very small little series on this. We've got loads more off-road videos to come, loads more Land Rovers to come, and I really hope you enjoyed these tech things I love and I hate about my 2005 Freelander Defender. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you again soon.